Welcome to the Paint with Heart studio. Today is our third episode in the Christmas series, the 2016 Ornament Collection series. It is actually like our 26th or 27th episode since we started Paint with Heart back in March. I'm Cindy Harrison, your artist in residence. I'll be showing you today how to paint cookies for Santa on this little metal tray. And there's a bonus for the next, for the 6 weeks before Christmas, there's a bonus ornament or project with each episode. To participate in that, you either show up at a class and you'll get a password at the end of the class, or you purchase the 2016 Ornament Collection Kit off of the website cindyharrisonart.com under Paint with Heart, and you will get a password that will give you exclusive access to the full videos for both ornaments every week for 6 weeks. So I would also like to introduce you to my co-host, Melissa Reyes.
Hi, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. My name is Melissa Reyes. You can find me at msmeliz.com and at msmeliz on Twitter. I am really excited about this Cookies for Santa episode, and I'm happy to be here as your co-host. If you have any questions about how Zoom works or what Cindy is doing in her demonstration, just type them into the comments and I will do my best to get back to you right away. So I did want to share a little thing. I've got this cute little, and look how little it would fit in the palm of my hand. It's like a little trinket bowl or ring bowl that my son's girlfriend brought me from Solvang, and it says sparkle on the inside, which has been my word for the year. So, you know, I do love to sparkle. Thanks, Cindy.
And that is true. So if you don't have with you, this is like a 3 or 4 inch metal plate. If you don't have one of these, you can use whatever surface you want. If you want to paint it on a miniature canvas or a wooden plate, you want to enlarge the cookies to, you know, actual size. It's your choice, but we're going to start on this. It's already primed for us, so we don't have to do anything. It's already has a nice antique white finish on it. So what I did was I put on the Paint with Heart website a line drawing. You can get that by clicking on line drawings under Paint with Heart. I have my line drawing and it fits right inside my little disc. So with that, I'll put my graphite underneath. Pick up my stylus and trace those on. If you want to do different designs, these just happen to be cookie cutouts that I have that I drew and reduced on the copy machine. But I did find at the store, really cute thing I found at the store this week, miniature cookie cutters. So you could actually put those on your plate. See how small they are? You can actually put those on your plate and you can trace the outline of that inside or outside with a pencil and paint those on there. So I just thought those were perfect for our little surface. If you have the color camel, we're gonna make sugar cookies. So I'm gonna put out, some camel. Take probably a 10 flat or even smaller if you want. Always put the paint in the water first and then get all the water out. Pick up from the outside of the puddle And we're going to go and we're going to paint our cookies. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
Pretty good in yourself?
Very good. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Pretty good.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
I always love seeing their smiles. Deborah's got a beautiful smile. And Helene does too. I like Helene's smile too.
I like having everybody here. I want more people to come, so I'm not painting right now. I'm trying to find more people.
More people. So this is the boring part. Obviously, base coating can be very boring. Astrid,
Yes.
Do you paint?
No, I'm just watching.
No, but.
Oh, I paint. Yes, I do.
And where are you from?
The Netherlands.
Oh, the Netherlands. Beautiful. I've never been, but I've heard it's very beautiful.
How did you hear about Paint with Heart?
On Facebook.
Oh, awesome. Are you in a group?
Somebody's got something going on.
Yeah.
I have to
So
mute.
what time of day is it in the Netherlands?
It's in the evening.
Evening. Not too late?
No, it's just 9:15.
Oh, that's not too late. I'm in New Hampshire, and Melissa is in LA.
Okay.
So we have now crossed the ocean.
Yes.
So basically, we've been coming on to social networking since March. We started with a different platform, but now we are here. And once a week, we try. Sometimes we take a week off, but we try to be here on every week if we can. On Sundays worked out for most people.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to do a 2-hour program. Sometimes I run a little over depending on how intense we get into the program.
And how closely her children are attending or are waiting for her and paying attention. They're adults.
My children are adults. They're
they're
older.
They wait for her to go out to dinner.
But we're having leftovers today because Shauna cooked that awesome turkey.
Right.
So we have, and it was 22 pounds or something like that. And even though I told all of her friends, she had Friendsgiving instead of Thanksgiving, we had Friendsgiving. So she had 7 of her friends come over. 8 of her friends come over, and they participated in a holiday feast, and then they played games after. And the woman, one of her friends, brought the 22-pound turkey to me, and I thawed it out, and she cooked it, and we had sweet potato casserole and with pecans on top, I guess, pecans, and green bean casserole, homemade gravy, stuffing, I mean, everything. It was crazy.
That sounds really good. I used my carcass from the turkey and made an amazing turkey soup that they're still eating today. I made so much. It kind of tasted like gravy in a bowl with all the fixings, but I added a lot of new vegetables and fresh vegetables to it. It came out really good, I have to say. It makes that flavor last.
I'm sure to Astrid, it's just another day, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm going to blow dry my cookies.
This is when I usually talk.
I probably should tell you, though, now that it's too late. When deciding where you're going to put your cookies, which way is up, think about you're going to put ribbon through one of those holes, like the star, to hang it up on a tree. So you're going to want an opening to be like 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I was just lucky that I did it. I planned it that way. Yeah. But I've done things upside down and backwards, so it's not totally out of character for me to do that.
Cindy, Debbie has a question. Deborah has a question
Oh,
about.
there we are. Camel. And Debbie, you can unmute yourself and just ask me.
She said
The plate came prepped with the off-white thing to it, but I painted the cookies with camel.
I totally misunderstood her question at first.
Okay.
So that's awesome. Thank you. Deborah, I'm muting you again unless you wanted to ask something else.
No, I just couldn't find one of the small things because I forgot to go get it. So I'm putting it on a bigger thin plate that I dug out of my stash.
So, yep, so just make your cookies more actual size. Just, you know, make your cookies bigger.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to pick up some light buttermilk. And if it's like I'm going back and forth in my head this afternoon on how to do this, and part of me wants to stipple it on there and the other part of me wants to dry brush it on there. So if I take a dry brush, this is the Sharp Dome brush, and if I take one of those and load it with the light buttermilk, I swirl it out, and then on a piece of dry paper towel, wipe off the excess. And then I'm going to start in a circular motion. Oops. And that might be like too much, so I'm just going to keep working it out. I'm going to stay in the middle of each cookie. Now, if you,
this is Helene. I was just wondering, do you think that you could put the plate on something darker? Your background is white. I don't know if it's me, but I'm having a hard time to see it as well.
Ah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a pain.
No, I would never have thought of that. I'm able to see it, but that makes a big
Yeah, that helps. Yes, thank you.
okay. So that one I swirled it. This one I'm going to pounce. I really want to do it down here, but I'm afraid it shakes. You know, it shakes the camera.
Hey, I was listening to my old videos of your show, which are awesome, by the way, and I don't sing too badly. I'm not bad.
I never said you did.
I know. I'm really I thought I did.
You thought you did, and I'm like, you don't.
I can sing a couple lines like that, not a whole song, but you get the gist.
Well,
shake, shake.
I think the dry brush thing works. You want to stay kind of in the middle. Less is better when dry brushing. You can always go back and add more. Okay.
That looks so cool, Cindy. I just want to remind everybody and tell them, if they don't already know, how awesome you are. You know this little package that you sent? I mean,
which one's that? Oh,
the ornaments that we're going to be making. I hate to interrupt you and everything, but I just couldn't wait to tell everybody. I mean, came with these pretty little ribbons and all the tiny little things that you would need. The tissue and these cute And look at this one. I mean, are these surprises? But the people here can see it, you know. It's going to be so much fun. So, and of course, the plate, which we all know you can't get everywhere. Okay. I love Christmas.
I know, me too.
Okay. What's next, Cindy?
Okay. We are going to take out some honey brown. Now, if you lost your line between the cookies and you need to put that back, I was up till 1:30 this morning. A girlfriend had given me a basket to paint, and I hadn't done it all year. So I had to do that. So I painted this basket. Want to see it?
Yeah, totally.
Ah, that's cute.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Look at your snowman. It's so delightful. Is that to put Christmas cards in?
Yep.
Awesome.
She had some, I don't know, 70s stenciled houses on there that she didn't like. So I painted it for her. Okay, so I've got my highlight, my line on there. I should try to erase it just a little.
Lux.
So I'm just going to lighten up my lines a little bit, because if you put paint over them, they won't erase. So lighten them up a little bit.
Show us your fancy eraser. Is that special for artists?
You want to see my fancy eraser right now, what I'm using?
Yeah.
Stubby.
Oh. But it's one of those white ones, right?
The white one.
Whenever I
Did I
need
not
it.
give you a white one?
No, I do. I have them already, but whenever I need it, I can't find it. But
I'm
since
going
I
to
don't need
size
it
up
right
to a 14, a 12 or a 14,
now.
or an angle brush if you have it. Now, this is where we get a little fancy, because I'm doing that side load thing. And the side load is, you have your paper towel. That finger looks horrible.
It looks like
I know. See the gloss on the brush hairs? And you tap it down till the gloss disappears. And then you lift and you turn it over and you tap it down and lift. Now you have supposedly the correct amount of water in your brush. Then you go over on the corner of the brush and you just scoop up some paint on one corner of your brush. So this side's got water and this side's got paint. Put it down on your palette. I bend my hairs. You can see how I bend my brush. I'm bending my brush. It's not a bend your brush. Flip your brush over, put it in a pile that way. And you keep doing that until the paint disappears, which means it should be in your brush and not leaving it on the palette, because here there's still a lot of paint on the palette. So I'm going to keep doing that until the paint is in my, and you'll also see it goes from dark to medium to light. It fades away. And then when I come over here, I put the paint against the outer edge of my piece. And then when I come in here, I can put it down and I tap it, and draw it across and tickle your surface. And then we'll let that dry. We can do the other one the same way. Tap it right to the edge. And let that dry. I'm gonna reload and do it again.
When I grow up as an artist, I want to be just like you, Cindy. I don't have a steady hand, though. It's probably not going to get any better, but I'm going to keep trying.
Yeah. So I'm just going around to places where I haven't been so that I can keep moving. You go over, just wipe it off with the clean edge of your brush. If it gets too, you can just, if it looks too choppy, just tickle the surface, smooth it out and tickle the surface. So this is my cooked cookies, which Shauna has, my daughter Shauna's like, okay, it's cookie time, Mom. I'm gonna start baking cookies. I just hate starting so early.
Yeah, why are you starting so early?
We eat them because I do about 14 different flavors, 14 different, a variety of 14 different cookies. Doesn't it look like a cookie?
It does. It's adorable.
We're baking cookies.
You're making cookies. You don't have to bake now. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Thanks for joining in.
Kathy Vincent, Kathy?
Kathy Barnett.
Kathy Barnett, welcome.
Took her picture off, but that's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around all the edges, but you have to wait till they dry. You can't just go around them because you could end up wiping off what you just put on if you go over a wet area. So make sure the areas are dry before you go over them. Now the trick part too is that we will have to go against this. Well, no, I guess not, because that cookie edge won't be baked, but this one will. So the cookies have only been in about 10 minutes now. So we're gonna make sure that that's completely dry by blow drying it. Now, if we want, we can actually go a little wider. I'm gonna go a little wider over here. And I'm doing that because I'm gonna do a second coat, a second color, and I want not to cover up the whole first color. When I actually, you know, the cookies have been 20 minutes and I'm gonna take them out of the oven. Actually, they're really only 12 minutes, right? 12-minute cookies.
I don't know. I'm confused because you're talking about baking cookies and your daughter making actual cookies and then you're baking these cookies.
Yeah, so these cookies are half baked.
Okay.
They're still raw in the middle. We have to cook them till they're really golden brown on the outside, right? The rims have to be golden brown.
You're going to cook them with paint.
So I'm cooking them with paint.
Yeah.
Size down to my 10. Now I'm taking out some light cinnamon.
Ooh.
That's going to finish off my cookies. So when you do this side load, you keep it a smaller, narrower side load than you had the first time. So you don't put so much paint on your brush. You work it out. See how it's getting brown?
Yeah, totally. Just like in real life. The other day, Colin made cookies, and when he took them out, he's like, they don't look right. I said, they need 1 more minute so they get that little crispy around the edge.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So what kind of cookies do you typically have for the holiday?
Well, for me, I love those sugar cookies like that, just like that we decorate and paint with frosting. What about everybody else? Aster, do you do cookies around the holidays?
No, not really.
Do you make fudge or candy or anything like that?
I don't know what we have typical here in Holland. We do have a lot of food and candies and cookies, but not typical Dutch.
Okay. Well, if you think of anything, please share. That'd be
You
cool.
put the shoes outside the door for St. Nicholas, or
Yes, we have St. Nicholas.
do you put? And I had a friend who was from Holland, I thought, and she made little shoes.
Excuse
Bless
me.
you. She made little shoes out of construction paper, and she filled it with candy.
Yeah, we have special candies for St. Nicholas.
Aw.
And also cookies with, we call it pepper nuts, but it's with cinnamon and all that kind of things. So we do more with St. Nicholas than with Christmas.
Oh, gotcha.
So, Deborah, do you have a favorite cookie or sweet at Christmas?
What before you tell us, Deborah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to welcome Ruth, who came in while you were talking
Oh, hi,
about
Ruth. How are you?
shoes. And so she's her camera's going in and out, but it's nice to have her here, and thank you. Okay, Deborah, what kind of cookies do you like?
Growing up, I used to like my great aunt's molasses cookies, but we've gotten away from that because nobody could make them like they did. So we've gotten into kiffles because it's a German tradition down here in Pennsylvania, and they're awesome. So my sister makes me bring her home all sorts of those, but we tend to do the candies more. We make the homemade candies, the peanut butter balls, the toffee, the peppermint patty, candied popcorn.
I'll come to your house.
That sounds yummy.
Sure does. That talking about the family traditions as far as cookies go. In my family is from the Southwest United States in New Mexico, and my mom and her family made bizcochitos. Have you ever heard of that, Cindy?
No.
Bizcochitos are a sugar cookie with a cinnamon and anise, those little seeds, anise. Yeah, and so they're really good. I made them one year as a gift with the little, with a tag that had the little story behind it. So
Cool.
that's what you would have at Christmas in Albuquerque.
Neat.
Yeah.
Helene, how about you? What did you do?
Well, they like oatmeal and raisin. And there's this, I think it's called a thumbprint, maybe in English.
Yes.
But it's a cookie, and it has coconut in it.
Oh.
And you press it either with your thumb or with a spoon. And I put raspberry preserves or jam in the middle.
That sounds so good.
They poof a little bit, and they brown on the edges, and usually that's a big hit for they like those a lot.
So let me know when you make those. I'll be over.
Okay.
That's not fair. You guys are close.
I'll deliver your order. I'll trade.
Okay.
Ruth, how about you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Ruth.
Oh, okay. I think my favorite ones are peanut blossoms, which are the peanut butter cookie with the chocolate kiss on top.
Oh, yes. I love those too. So that looks really amazing, your plate right there that you're holding up. Is everybody caught up with those sugar cookie crisps on the sides?
So what I'm going to do what did I do? I have some red here. I'm not sure the red is exactly the right red. I'm going to go get some other red. I have cad red, but I'm thinking a nice, maybe a nice Santa red.
Yay! I love Santa red.
Maybe a nice Santa red.
I guessed it.
I want to.
Not paying attention to me.
You guessed it. Yes, I hear you.
No, you don't.
I do.
All right. Well,
I wanted to make some color around the edging here, but I don't want it so obvious. The other color I can use is, let's do some foliage green. Or maybe not. How about, well, let's go with a leaf green. Try my finger. Let's get a little dirty. There we go. Go with your finger and dirty up the edges. Do like every other one. That's the look I want. Kind of like it's there, but it's not there. Now let's see about improving that. There we go. So it's there, but it's not there. And do that with the red too. You want to make sure you get the green off your finger, and you don't want the red to blend in with the green because then it makes mud. It's like a brown color. And see? Kind of just gives it a little bit. You could candy cane stripe the outside if you wanted. Now I am going to take some varnish. I have some soft touch varnish, but whatever varnish you have, if you, well, I made the sugar, but if you don't have the sugar, you can take twinkles. There's a Christmas red and a Christmas green twinkles, and you can always put that on there. But I made some colored sugar, so I'm gonna just, I didn't open this one. Put some varnish in there. And when I pick up my sugar, utopian would be that it would stay on here. And I'd varnish my sugar on my cookie. Let's see how that looks like. Sugar on your cookie. So when you have enough sugar on that one, you go over to the red one. The red one didn't really keep its red color as much as I would have liked it to. This one, I did it with a different, product, so it's now bleeding red instead of any red. So let's try that one with the twinkles. I didn't have any red alcohol ink. That's what happened. And see how it all kind of went back to being clear? Because it didn't actually color the diamond dust. So this one here, just let's paint some of this glitter on. So we'll have one glittered and one sugared. See? If you want, you can just do, you know, you don't have to use colored diamond dust. We could take some of that varnish that's on here. There's the twinkles. And if we take some of that and put that on here. And we're going to varnish the whole thing anyways, but then you can take some of the diamond dust and sprinkle that over the varnish, and it will it'll stay on there, it'll dry on there, and then you'll have sugar on your cookie. Over there. So then you'll have clear sugar, but you'll have sugar on your cookie nevertheless. You really can't see it, but once it dries and the sun, the light hits it, it'll show up. So there's our cookies for Santa. Put that aside. When it completely dries, and you go over the whole thing with varnish. If you want to varnish the back, you can. It's not necessary, but you can sign it either here or on the back. And I would put a string in here or a ribbon of sorts. And I had a ribbon that had polka dots on it, and I could put it through there and hang it up on the tree. And it's all ready. And they're sugar-free cookies. Fat-free, sugar-free. Gluten-friendly. The next project we're going to do is going to be a Christmas card with watercolor paper. Now, you can go ahead and choose to do it on regular cardstock to practice first. You might not want to go directly to the watercolor paper. But I want to show you two ways of doing it. So while you finish up with your cookies, I'm going to transfer on my outline onto one card. And that's it. You can always, also you can do the plate. You can do that on a Christmas card. Why don't you talk amongst yourselves? I got to get a piece of paper and I'll be right back. Regular copy paper.
Okay.
If you have some.
So I see, it looks like she added some frosting on there and started painting around the sides. That looks really cute. I'm going to have to do mine on the replay.
Okay, but I have to leave now. So.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for joining us, Astrid. Hope to see you again.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Hope to see you again.
Yes.
Astrid's going to sign up for the email and hope that she gets the...
And get a few friends together and have girls' night and paint.
Yeah, we will.
And then you can post what you paint on the Facebook page.
I will.
Oh,
so I have the email. I will sign up for the newsletter then.
Okay, great.
Astrid.
We
Okay,
are going to be
bye-bye.
giving away prizes, I think. So you have to watch the replay to see all the information about that.
Would be nice.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What do you have there, Cindy?
I made these last night.
Oh, no wonder I didn't hear from you last night. You were busy.
I don't know that you can tell, but they actually twinkle. You can't tell, but they.
I was a little bit when you moved it slowly. The light shined on it and see a little. Yeah, I see a little twinkle in there. Huh.
So yeah, that's what I did last night.
Is this why you were asking me if I send Christmas cards?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna get a new one of these here. Okay, how are we doing? Are you painting with us at all, Melissa?
No, I'm too far behind. But I'm looking at your cookies, and they look incredibly realistic.
Other than shiny.
Yeah, they're a little shiny, but even so, that's kind of. If I went and baked cookies right now, they'd probably come out just like that. It's amazing.
Well,
Santa's going to be deep.
The red did not work.
Oh.
The red did not work because it's dilutions spray, and that did not color the sugar like the alcohol inks did. The alcohol inks covered the sugar. Okay. The dilutions did temporarily, and then it faded away. But the alcohol ink kept the green.
You didn't have a red alcohol ink?
No, I did not.
Okay.
So I used the red glitter instead, and then I put white sugar over it, clear sugar over it, which I hope once it dries, it'll look like clear sugar.
Oh, okay. And then you just lightly brushed around the edges of every other star?
With my finger.
Oh, that's how your finger got like that.
Yeah. So after that, I will put, after that dries, I'll put varnish over the whole thing. And then we'll string it up and it will be done.
It's adorable.
So moving on, 2 ways of doing this. Have a piece of, oh, well, I was going to say, is everyone caught up with me? Or I suppose let's go over to.
You should see everybody's and take a picture. Huh?
Yes, yes. Okay, so.
Kathy and Ruth, are you able to show us your pictures?
No, I didn't. I'm not painting. I'm just observing.
Oh, okay.
I was on a cruise last week, and the week before that, I was getting ready for a craft show. So.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Show your face, Cindy, if you can.
Oh, want my face?
Yes, I do. I want your face, and I want to see what Helene and Deborah are painting, and I will hold up my empty plate. Ate my cookies. I licked them right off.
You ate the cookies? It's like, can you see that?
I'll put my hand here so you can't.
Yes.
Okay, closer. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, Deborah, your turn.
Oh, look at them. Oh, Deborah's cookies.
I love those.
See how wonderful. And then she could do, oh, you know those the little candy mints that we painted on the jingle bell?
Mints,
You
yes.
put those all the way around the edge.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Or putting putting holly wreaths around it, and putting a couple of those in, and then putting Santa's cookies around the sides.
It's so noisy, but here's
So many different things you could do. Yeah, it's so awesome.
I love that
Did you
thing.
picture, Melissa, or
I got
Mine-
picture, ma'am.
My cookies are too small.
Oh,
Yeah.
your cookies are so.
you can make them bigger, or you can add a couple more.
Yeah, that's true, huh? I could do that because I was going to redo it. But yeah, I could add a few more, huh?
I think Santa would like that.
So you're up. Ready? Deb, hold it up, Deb.
Okay, I want Deb's face too. He always tries to block her face. I'm on to you. Okay, that's great, ladies. Thank you.
So, oh,
That's
I
great.
held it up so long that the varnish dripped down.
Oh no. The picture is adorable though. I'll send it to you.
Okay. Then we're gonna post it on.
And what's next? Are we doing our secret thing next?
We're gonna do our, yep, the Christmas tree, which is the exclusive one. So, does everyone have a piece of paper? Just a plain piece of paper?
Yeah.
So I've got my rinky-dinky copy paper, and then I've got my waxy surface.
Mm-hmm.
This one you're gonna do with us, Melissa?
No, I'm not ready. I'm sorry. Really? Do I have to leave?
You have three
Sorry.
colors of green.
I'm gonna mute everybody here.
Okay. 3 colors of green, and this is real technical, and I thought Melissa would really have a lot of fun doing this.
All right, I will try. I just have to go get paper. Actually, can you use paper that has something on the back?
Yep.
Okay, I'm good to go then.
I'm gonna put a couple dots of, squirt some of this out on your palette.
This makes me sad because it's.
Why?
Can you hear me? Oh, I thought I was muted.
It makes you sad? Why?
Well, I wanted to save this forever.
Oh. Can't you print it out?
Yeah, it is. It's fine. I have.
Print it out. It's on Paint with Heart, CindyHarrisonArt.com under pattern.
This was her pattern for the barn scene that we did. Okay. All right, ready to go.
Palette, or is that on the freezer paper?
It's on the freezer wrap paper or the palette paper, whatever you have.
Okay.
Mine's on my palette paper. I should have done it on freezer wrap paper because that would be cheaper, but.
Sorry. Okay, so we putting the paint on the plastic.
On the wax part, yep.
I'm noisy today.
Okay. Do you have, I was gonna say a brayer, but we can do it with our finger. We don't need a brayer.
And this is 3 values of green. Any 3?
Brayer all the time. 3 values of green that coordinate together, hopefully.
Oh, this is so much fun. This is like finger painting almost. I was really hoping to see Clara today. And who else said they wanted to come?
There's a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to see who's here.
So you got that?
I've got a piece of plastic with paint dripped all in it.
Okay.
And a piece of blank paper next to it.
Okay. Now, we're gonna take our finger.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Were you?
Yeah,
Get those rubber gloves out.
Because I don't have water or paper towels.
Okay. So we're gonna go swishy, swishy, swishy over everything.
I want to see you. Okay. Swishy, swishy. In 2 directions.
Or more.
Okay. But you don't want to mix it up. You're just kind of swishing it.
Kind of swishing it. If you run out, then go put more in certain areas.
Oh, so you're covering the square area? That's good.
Okay, wash that off. Now you're gonna take a plain piece of paper and put it right down on top of that mess. And just glide over it. And then peel it away.
Wow.
Now, if you have some white areas and you don't like them white, put them back down where you see that you have extra paint and add to it.
If I knew what this was going to be for, I'd have a better idea of whether or not I want the white. But it's such a secret. I want the white because nothing else is coming off.
Now, typically they would do this on a jelly plate, but not everybody owns one and they're quite expensive to have a jelly plate. So it's pretty cool. So now that that's done, put that over there. I'm going to blow dry this.
Is she drying the paper or the wax paper?
She's drying the paper.
I'm drying the paper.
Okay, thank you.
Now is a good time to sing a Christmas song.
The trick to drying and knowing when it's dry is check the temperature. If you put your hand on it, number one, if it's wet, obviously it's still wet. But if you put your hand on it and it's colder than your hand, then it's not dry yet. You can sing, Melissa.
I'm confused because it looks like you're drawing a blank piece of paper.
Yeah, I'm drying the back side because it was absorbed. It's water-based paint and the paint absorbs it. So I'm drying it from the inside out, the back side, the underside up.
Oh, I got it. Thank you.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. That's beautiful.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And some green paint on a piece of paper.
But when that's dry, you take your tree design and you figure out where you want your tree. If you want white spots in it or no white spots in it, find a home for your tree.
That's a pretty design. Was that in the other people's packets? Did you just draw that, Cindy?
I just drew it.
You just drew it?
Don't do the swirlies though. When you draw this, just go from peak to peak. Make sure you can see it. Don't remove it until you can see it. If you can't see it, then you go get white.
That's dry. Okay. Got my pencil here. Nothing. Use any paper. I'm talking to myself. Don't mind me.
You can do that.
Where's my C?
So just go to the peaks. Don't do the swirls. And before you lift off the tracing paper, make sure you can see all your tree. You got some white areas, but that's okay. Take up your handy dandy scissors. Draw the tree and then cut the tree out.
This is the goofiest tree ever.
Try to cut within the graphite lines because you have a hard time erasing them after. But we're going to go over them anyway, so if you don't, it's fine.
The right side of my trees always come out just how I want, but I can never get the other side to go.
Fold the paper in half. So when you do that, okay, when you do a tree, fold the paper in half. Decide what the half of the top and the half of the bottom is, like the peak. And then match those up.
Awesome. That's a great
tip.
tip.
You should be able to see through it, and then you'll see this side through it, and you line over that.
I'm just going to do it as I cut it, but very, very close.
My daughter today, she wants to wrap the lights around her Christmas tree. I help her wrap the lights around her Christmas tree only to plug them in, and they don't work. None of them. None of the strands worked. So she doesn't get to get her tree up today.
Oh my gosh. Do you know how to check the lights to get them working again?
Wait.
You need a Lido.
Oh, no.
So my husband, that is a challenge that he would accept. So he would go through, find the problem, cut the wire, rewire it to bypass that light, or he would just replace the light. He's kind of a crazy man. But those kinds of things come in handy because, like, my son got. Oh, neat.
See how that looks?
It's pretty perfect.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is cool.
I wasn't gonna do the challenge. I was not into the challenge.
Well, I came in handy because Roman got a ugly Christmas sweater.
Oh yeah?
Which he loves, that lights up. And it wasn't working. And so they discovered that it was because one of the bulbs wasn't working on the little LED string that was strung inside this sweater. So they are fixing it. Also, there's supposed to be a little remote control.
Okay.
And that was missing. So they engineered their way around it. Anyone like to see my tree?
Your tree? Oh, look at your tree. Beautiful.
Not altogether bad.
Not at all. I love it.
Considering
it
I
looks
didn't
like
know.
It's got snow on it.
Yeah, I'm going to put snow on mine. Because we like our flocked Christmas trees in Southern California. We pay extra to have fake snow put on them. It's not a joke.
Oh, I know. It's sad. I'm going to put on some of this glue stick. And I'm doing on a scrap piece of paper here. Because I want to make sure I get to the edges. I don't want any edges. So you can put this on your watercolor paper, or you can put it on, regular card paper that you can buy cards from the store.
Oh, this is fancy. I've got the purple glue, so you know where you're putting it.
Oh.
It's clear. Yeah.
It dries clear. Yeah. This is the package of cards you can get from the store, and you can just put it on one of those. I always have, whenever these go on sale, I always go buy a bunch of them.
And then you're pressing it to the paper after you get the glue on.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay. Who's going to be my letter to Santa?
So if you have lines on there that didn't come off and you don't want them on there, gently rub over them with your eraser. But I wouldn't be too aggressive.
Can you hear me erasing in the background? It's like exactly what I was doing.
Oh, it's a little crooked, but I think that looks pretty good.
I have a lot of crazy lines since I didn't cut the lines on one side.
Next thing you can do is take a micron pen or a Sanford Sharpie marker. I'm gonna use the Sharpie marker. And then, you know those curly cues that we did not trace on? You add them. If you're not mailing the Christmas card, you don't mind, because if you add anything to it and you go to mail it, then you have to pay extra for postage. But if you're going to be delivering this card, you can go ahead and add the star like we did on, what did we just do, Melissa, that we added the star? The wizard's hat? Yeah, so you could add a star like you did when you did the wizard's hat. Or you could add some other kind of rhinestone-y bling. If you want to add presents under the tree, you can take different colors of your paint and do like we did with the tree, the different colors of paint, and cut out squares and make little presents, and then tie baker's string around them or cut pieces of ribbon. And you can have little presents under your tree. You put old Tannenbaum on there. So that's one way. You can also keep the palette paper and you can cut that out and you can glue that on. You can make another couple trees out of this and glue that paper onto your surface as well. Cut the tree out. Okay. If you have a paper punch, if you have a circular paper punch, you can paper punch out red paper, or again, do what we did on here with the green, do it with different color balls, and you could paper punch circles, dots, and glue those on as ornaments, and then have the extra of that paper into squares like presents. You see how you can just keep going with it? You could just, yeah, just use all that paper up and just keep going with that. This one here, what I'm gonna do is, it's very red. I'm gonna put out some Santa red. And I'm going to use my round brush. I'm gonna have a fair amount of water. Put it on my paper towel to get all the water out. And then I'm gonna go in and put a circle wherever I decide I want an ornament. If I pick up more, make sure you get the water out.
Can you move that up a little bit, Cindy, so we can see it, or even closer to the camera, because it's washed out. Looks like, I love that. It's much better. Oh, no. Yes, better. Thank you.
Looks like it's got chicken pox. Make sure that that's completely dry. Now I'm gonna get a fatter round. See the difference in size? I'm gonna get a fatter round and pick up some of that leaf green. And it's watery. Pick out some of that moisture. And I'm going to draw down the side. Wash out my brush. And then go and see if I can manipulate this paint at all. See, it's not a watercolor paint, so it doesn't really manipulate like you can with watercolor. So you might want to leave a little extra moisture in your brush. Go around your ornaments. If you pre-wet your tree, put water on it first before you go into the paint. Sometimes it'll bleed over. You just don't want to get it into your ornaments. So make sure you go around those. If you get the water outside the line, the paint will run outside the line. If it gets too thick, go back right away with more water. I feel like I'm painting by myself, alone in my studio, all alone.
You see, you need me talking more. Keep you company.
I like company.
Yeah. So, Cindy, that my inkling as a novice would be to, or whatever I am, to paint the green first and then put the red over. It seems like it would be so much easier, but I totally get, I think, why you did it this way.
I think the red shows up better because red on brown, red on green would create brown.
Uh-huh.
And I'm using it like a wash, like a watercolor, and you have to have the light colors on first and go around it.
So did you, so even the red, you used a light value or a light, did you mix it with a lot of water?
A lot of water, yeah.
You did that on purpose? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of water.
Oh, and you're putting water on first?
Yeah, you can put water on first, go around the balls. Sometimes if you keep a white background, the items will be a little bit brighter. They'll like have a glow to them. If you put some of these transparent colors onto a dark surface, whatever's underneath it will pop through. It won't show up.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. I put my Christmas tree on the wrong side of the paper.
That's okay.
Because you want the little fringy side to be on top, right?
No, I've got it on the back side.
Oh, okay.
I probably did mine wrong. The fringy side's probably supposed to be on the front. I don't know. It was longer than the back, so I thought it should be.
Me too. But then after I stuck it on, I realized that, I don't know. If there's a right way and you know about it, please let us know.
I figure wherever I put it is where it's going to be.
Ooh, listen to you. You're going nuts with the not perfect stuff today.
So there was another question I wanted to ask people. Oh, favorite Christmas movie. How about a favorite Christmas movie? Deborah, do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Absolutely. It's a Wonderful Life.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that's one of mine too. Watch that every year. It's a good one. It's a good one. Helene, do you have one?
I guess not really. Our Christmas was very different. We came from Canada, and we would go back to Canada for Christmas, and my parents didn't understand English here, so they didn't really introduce the movies to us, because they didn't know themselves, or Christmas songs and stuff like that. So we don't, I don't have it, but my kids seem to do a lot better job than I have.
Now,
I'm sorry?
with Christmas music, though, they would just have it translated into French, so.
Right.
You must have a favorite Christmas carol then.
Well, there is. It's I think they do sing it in English that I remember when I was younger. Is Mommy Kissing Santa Claus?
Oh yes.
Yeah. I saw Mommy kissing Santa.
Yeah, they had it in French then. So
cool.
But if I can come back to last week.
Oh yeah.
About our I forgot what the question was. I know what the answer is, but I forgot what you had asked.
Well, tell me to Jeopardy. You tell me the answer. I'll guess the question.
Tradition. That's what it was. Tradition. I remembered after, and I can't believe I forgot, is that for a while, what would happen is that when my kids moved out, we would have Christmas at one of their houses. Like we would, every year it would be either here or my son's or my daughter's, and we would sleep over.
Oh yeah.
At their house or here. And then we'd get up in the morning because Christmas Eve is with my family. So we do all that. And then the next morning it would be our private little something, and I enjoyed that so much, and I miss it because now, the kids have their own kids, and you can't do it for one and not the other,
Oh yeah.
And even though it's a lot of work, to get everything ready, and at the time my son and his wife lived in a log house.
Oh.
It was so nice. Oh, I felt like I was in a resort.
Oh yeah.
Like a ski lodge, and I miss that. This year I'm finding myself thinking about that a lot.
Yeah.
That was very special.
I love.
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing that, Helene. I look forward to having those adult kind of Christmas traditions with my kids as they're getting older.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying spending time with them, with their girlfriends, and you know, having kind of like this morning I made breakfast, and one of my son's girlfriends had spent the night last night, and so I called everybody out for breakfast, and it was just like kind of a fun. I like it.
Yeah.
It's not as fun as when they were little, but it's so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
My kids aren't home though. That's my problem. Is now my kids are wherever they are. It's that new normal thing.
The new normal. Well, what was I going to say about the Christmas movie? My favorite Christmas movie was White Christmas. Sorry. Well, I will always watch White Christmas if I see it on, and I do own it. I love that movie.
We started watching that today.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that movie. And then, but my newer favorite one is Love Actually, which I watched yesterday. That cracks me up. Are you using a pen for that, or is that a?
I'm just taking the tip of my brush into the dark, the same color green, but I'm putting over it just on the outside line, and then I wash the brush out, and then you go in and you tickle, because now you already have a layer of color there, so you can go in and tickle the makeup line.
So cool. Looks really cool.
I have a whole we have a list. We just have this tradition, we have a list. So last night I watched all 3 Santa Claus movies, 1, 2, and 3. And then I watched A Miracle on 34th Street on Thanksgiving.
That's not one that I frequently watch.
Christmas in Connecticut with Barbara Stanwyck.
Haven't seen it.
Holiday Inn, which is like the White Christmas, but Holiday Inn.
Yeah, that's cute.
I watch that one every year. Smoky Mountain Christmas, we have taped on a VHS tape from, back like 1980 something.
Yeah.
And with Dolly Parton, we love it. We watched that one. No, I got some color on here. I'm going to have a happy accident of something over there. Oh dear, what else? Oh, of course, all the the claymation ones, the Rudolph, those reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is coming to town. I do have the Little Drummer Boy, but I really don't watch that so much.
How about Elf? I like Elf.
Oh yeah, we got that one. I got Fred Elf. Fred Elf?
Oh, Fred the Elf too, yeah.
I got that one.
I like Elf.
So
I watched Pony Express for the first time 2 years ago with my grandson, and I was so excited. I got the book and the bell and the movie.
That's what that big bell reminds me of, but it doesn't make the same sound.
So since I accidentally spilt some paint over here, I'm just going to go in and stick some more paint. Paint and water. Just don't go into another area that you don't want painted, because water bleeds, right? The thing with the acrylics is once it's dry, you can't move it. So you need to move it while it's wet, because of that plastic base. So that's the problem with that. When you make happy accidents, you just got to keep making accidents everywhere.
Cindy, I don't think happy accident means what you think it means. But I like your version of it.
You don't know.
I don't know. Huh.
What?
Oh, the little heart I showed you at the beginning came with a little card.
No, you didn't know that.
And I'm reading the little card, and it's called The Giving Heart. The Giving Heart is an original creation from our Giving Bowl series. It goes on to talk about what they used to make the bowl. And then it says, we're potters from Alexandria, Virginia. Your heart was made with love and is designed to uplift and cheer you.
Uplift and cheer you. That's what we need. Cheer, holiday cheer. Oh, that's the other one, Grinch. The Grinch that stole Christmas.
I love that one too.
And I do both. I do both the old one, it's 1963, and the
Ron Howard version.
Yeah.
Oops. My son was in a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was with oh my gosh, what's his name? It was called Grandpa for Christmas. I think they still play it every year. He was he didn't have a speaking role or anything, but he was in quite a bit. Every time they showed the choir that the girl was in, he was in the choir. And he looks like your typical little half Asian, half Mexican little boy with the round face and the bowl cut hair. And he's wearing a little tuxedo shirt and singing in the choir. It was really cool. But it was with Ernest Borgnine, so we got to meet Ernest Borgnine. And
Nice.
yes, it's very nice. I have my picture with him. He's like a grandpa, and he reminded me a lot of my dad. And the girl who played the lead in that role is in a couple shows. We see her on TV now and then. A little red hair, and she was like an Annie. She was really cute.
When that's completely dry, you should be able to do the same thing with that.
It's adorable. I love your trees. It's very whimsical.
Put them on there. But I'm not going to keep doing the whole thing because it's still wet in areas. And then again, you can put bling on here, or you can just let it be. Or you can even do glitter. You can do some of that red glitter that we had out for wherever I put it.
Are you going to finish little red balls? Or leave it?
Well, I leave the red balls like that. But you can put the red glitter. Yeah, see, I have some red glitter here. So if you wanted to, you can take some of that and because that won't cost more.
Mm-hmm. That looks cute.
And Melissa likes to sparkle, so.
Yes, I do. Just a little bit. I want to show you my Christmas tree that I made on the card. Because I had snowflake stickers.
Ooh.
And they came out little snowflakey.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that looks great, Cindy. I like how you did the background, too.
Well, just kind of
Looks like watercolor.
It is to a degree because it's on watercolor paper, but acrylics has a certain amount of plastic in it.
Right.
And so therefore, you can put your hand on this, on the glitter.
That reminds me, I watched Big Eyes last night. I did like it.
It was good.
Yeah. It was a really good story.
I thought it was going to be different than what it was, though, but it was
It
not.
wasn't as Tim Burton-y as I expected. It was, you know, it was good. It was good anyway.
It was good.
He was a creep.
She had many opportunities to defend herself, and she chose not.
Yeah, it seemed that way. But then also he was extremely conniving, and from the very beginning was really out to find somebody, you know. But she would never have been famous if it hadn't been for him. Very interesting story. You have to.
I wouldn't have been famous without you, Melissa.
Well, it goes to show you. I mean, it is what we're talking about. Like, some people are really good at the marketing part, and artists have to have a little bit of both. And if they don't, you got to team up with somebody.
Here you go.
That's adorable. Mm-hmm. Hello.
Oh, look at that.
So this was
Very pretty.
the transfer, and then I just had some little stickers and, you know, dots.
But see, I can see you doing that with the stickers with rubber stamp
Oh yeah.
and white ink or white paint, and you could stick those on there, or even your silver.
Yeah, totally. And then if I did a little background.
I think that's awesome. And you know, and what does it take? It doesn't take very long to, I mean, I can get another one out of that, and then 2 out of what I made it out of. So I could have 4 cards right there. And if you do it, you don't have to do it on watercolor paper. You can do it on cardstock. And easy making cards. So now you can send me a card, Melissa.
This is for you, Cindy. You know, I have a cousin, his wife is an artist, and she sends out a Christmas card every year that is original, her little art. And they started out big. You get like a big piece, and you could put it on the wall. You can keep it up all year. They're beautiful, abstract art, you know. And so they got smaller and smaller and smaller, to where the last one, I think, is just a little piece that I seriously think she made a big painting and cut it, because she probably has too many, but she tries to stick with that. Every year we get a little piece of her artwork. But yeah, you know, something like this could be collectible. Make sure you put your initials and the date on it. Some people might save those.
You think?
People who aren't artists, yeah, definitely. Or people who love you a lot, or people who like to save things, or hoarders.
Okay, moving on. Helene, how about you? Show us what you did.
I feel like I went back to kindergarten. Please don't take a picture of this.
Oh, it's cool.
I love
You
it.
know how you said I tried to make a mistake better, and I made it worse and worse and worse.
No, what you do is you just square it off. That your foggy, you know, your background color.
Yeah.
Instead of having it go up on a diagonal with your tree,
Yeah.
square it off.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to tell, but I see how I squared it off.
I see. Yeah.
So if you square it off and you make it look like a rectangle, then it looks like it's supposed to be there, and it looks like there's curtains behind the tree is what I see.
Oh, okay.
I see some red curtains going on there.
Okay.
I love it.
My other tree was too small. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
No, I love it.
Yeah. But I like that one better, but this one. But I see what you're saying, that, you know, how by squaring it off, I do see what you're saying. That would make it a lot better.
It would just look like it was there on purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the little one.
I like the little one. So just enlarge it. Just when you go to print it out, make it a little larger.
Okay.
I don't usually do the line drawing because I can draw that.
And there you go. And I love it. So Helene, you don't have to do the line drawing. If you printed it out and it came out that small and it should be bigger,
Mm-hmm.
you know that you can start with, start with where you want the top and the bottom. And
Okay.
like I showed Melissa on the paper here. So I kind of folded my paper in half.
Oh, okay.
And I said, okay, there's my top and here's my bottom. Now, how do I get there? So I do it one, and I do another, and I do another, and I do another until I got there.
Okay.
And then I folded it over, and on the blank side, I went up to my window,
Yeah.
like when we were kids back in kindergarten. And I saw these back lines through the paper, and I traced those on there.
Oh, okay. And then you got that size.
Yeah, so you get the size you want.
I see. Now, in the coming weeks, like for example, if there's more line drawing, right? Should I enlarge mine?
If it doesn't fit your surface, like this is going to be the next line drawing, not that you can see it, but I have, see the church there?
Oh, yes.
And then I have some hills, and I have a moon and some a path and trees and stuff.
Yeah.
So that one, you're going to have to make sure that it fits that key.
Oh, the key. Okay.
This key.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So you got to make sure that when it gets on there, it's going to fit that key.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yep. Very good. Thank you.
I'm definitely printing that one out.
So yeah, next week we have the key, and we have our salsa jar luminary.
Gonna eat salsa this week.
So salsa or Frito-Lay's ranch dip, and get some ruffles with ridges. And
So you want it to be that couple, like what, 3.5 inches tall? Is that it?
yeah, whatever.
I've got an olive jar that's tall and skinny, and I saved that, and I thought that might not work.
No, you want it to have a wide mouth. You want it to be wide at the top because you want to put your tea light in it.
Okay.
So we're going to decorate that. So let's see. We have Deborah.
I didn't make any. I screwed it up right at the beginning.
What'd you do?
Oh, I asked, when we were putting it on the paper
Yep.
and smashing it with our fingers? Well, I went and put it directly onto my cardstock, and it was the
Oh,
only.
I see.
Oh no, I already crumpled it up.
Oh, no.
Because then I didn't have any scissors to cut it out.
No, because
And I
if it
didn't-
was, okay, Deborah, don't
Yeah.
do that. Next time you tell me right away when you do it. You tell me right away when you do something you think you did wrong. Okay, so what you did on the cardstock, right?
Yeah.
You have the print on the cardstock. You can
Yep.
turn that into the card itself. And then you could have gone to a new piece of paper, smudged a bunch of red and pink or white and red or whatever, and then cut a circle, and it could be an ornament on your green background. So this could have been your card, right? You look at this. This could have been your card.
Okay.
And then you'd have a red ornament, and then we'd make a little topper and a string, and that would be your card.
Okay, I'll remember next time.
Don't ever throw anything away. Let me help you find a new purpose for whatever it is that you did, because it would really take a lot to have to be thrown away. Okay?
Okay, I'll do that next time.
Okay.
I'm going to try it again later anyway.
Okay, let's see. Ruth, I'm going to unmute you, honey. Tell me what, did you try painting with us today?
No, I still just observe, Cindy, but you're real creative.
Yeah, you give me an idea, and I can find you many ways to do something.
I'll be ready next week.
Awesome. So yeah, so next week we're gonna save yourself a jar, and if you have an oval key, if you don't, you can always take the line drawing and enlarge it. If you have an oval platter or even just a canvas, it's going to be a scene, a landscape scene, so you can do it on almost anything.
Okay. Thank you.
Now that this is dried, I don't know if you can see this, but now that this is dry,
It's so cute.
let's see. Can you see?
Yeah, it's showing. Yeah, it's showing.
Very sparkly.
So this looks like, I like how this worked out with the alcohol inks, because it actually looks like, you know, that sugar, candy sugar.
Right.
And the color, I like it better than the glitter, but then I put the white clear sugar on that one. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, 10 past the hour, Melissa. Let's see, who else did we have? Oh, Kathy, hold on, let me unmute you. Kathy, you there still?
I am.
So what did you have? Did we not ask Ruth and Kathy about their favorite holiday movies or holiday cookies?
We didn't. You didn't ask.
Oh, then Kathy, you tell us, and then Ruth will tell us hers.
Well, I don't know about the movie, but I can tell you the cookies. My aunt used to make a fruitcake cookie, and it was made with the candied cherries and the not evaporate, condensed milk and flour, and they were real gummy to take off the, you had to kind of like use parchment paper, but they were the best cookies. And I don't make them anymore, but because they were my grandfather's favorite, so I used to make them for him every year. But this is my first time being with y'all because I didn't understand Zoom, so I finally got it on my tablet, and battery's about out, but I'm hanging on till the end.
Yeah, be somewhere where you can plug in. Definitely.
That's what I'm gonna do next time. I'll get on my laptop.
Awesome.
Awesome. Very much.
Awesome to have you, and I'm glad that you found it, and it wasn't too difficult to get on, right?
Right, it wasn't, Cindy, and I appreciate you doing this for us.
Oh, I love doing it. That's what I want to do. So I love having you here. It makes it worth it. Ruth, how about you? Did you decide on a movie or in a cookie?
Yeah, I told you the cookie was the peanut blossoms.
Oh, that's right. I make those. Yeah.
But there's a lot of other ones I like too. And Christmas movies, I pretty much watch. I like them all. Everything you guys mentioned, I like.
That's awesome.
They are awesome. The one thing Shauna has to watch is Die Hard. She insists it's a Christmas movie.
Oh, really?
So,
That's a boy's favorite. Cindy, were we going to use this clip today?
That clip actually goes to the last of our ornament.
Okay. Sorry, I had it out. So for some reason, I thought it went with the plate.
So it goes with the, oops, where am I? Oh, I'm reading.
It's okay, hon. I just wanted to see.
With the spoon.
Oh, the spoon. Plate, spoon.
When we spoon with Santa.
Spooning with Santa.
It's not going to be clipped to that, of course, but.
Gotcha. Yeah. Thanks, hon.
And if anyone needs a spoon, I have spoons.
These spoons are made to hang like a pendant. They almost have their own little bail, and they're neat.
So you want to say your good nights, Gracie?
Good night, Tracy. Good night, Tracy. Good night, Cindy Lou Who.
So are you done saying your good nights?
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for painting with heart, and enjoy your Christmas gift card sending. I'll send you my address.
And also send us your address and maybe you get some cookies in the mail. Thank you for joining. And I truly mean that. And thank you for joining us again today. And so until next time, remember to always paint with heart. Good night now.
Bye-bye.